Hello, good morning. I'm Jesse Carrera, reporting from Channel 17. Welcome back. Did you know that more than 50% of U.S. troops that fought in the Vietnam War were addicted to drugs? For example, one of the drugs that was commonly used was heroin. Reporter Renato caught up with an exclusive interview with a U.S. veteran. He's gonna share us today part of his life story. He's going to share with us a part of his life story during the Vietnam War. Renato, are you there?
Thanks, Jesse. We have a U.S. veteran here who fought in the Vietnam War. He would like to tell us his experience and what he saw on the battlefront. Do you know why people took drugs during the Vietnam War?
Many people took drugs in the Vietnam War to relieve stress from all the fighting, get their mind off of it, make it more easy.
Do you know the percentage of the people who took drugs?
There's about 50% of soldiers that used drugs during the war.
What other drugs did soldiers take?
Many of the soldiers took heroin or marijuana.
Who would supply the soldiers with these drugs?
A lot of the times they got it from the mail, from their loved ones.
Did you know that 5% of soldiers who came back from Vietnam went back to drugs within a year and 12% within 3 years?
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time, sir. So we have a U.S. veteran here who was in the Vietnam War. He used to take drugs, and we're going to ask him what kind of drugs he took. What kind of drugs did you take?
Opium and heroin.
Why do you take these drugs?
They make me feel good, and I was really stressed out and boredom.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Renato, for the amazing interview. Now coming live with the reporters Cesar and Santiago. They will ask you questions to the citizens of Trulock about the Vietnam War and the drug abuse.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm Santiago Rivera.
And I'm Cesar Rodriguez, reporting live from Channel 17.
And today we're here in downtown Charlotte asking people if they knew that soldiers were using drugs during the Vietnam War.
In your opinion, what was the main reason why the American soldiers took drugs during the Vietnam War?
Boredom and pain
Okay. My second
and
question.
accessibility. Plenty of it. No problem. I've seen guys smoking through a barrel of their gun.
My second question is, do you think that the drugs were useful during the war, or was it there because?
Well, I think the antibiotics were really useful, and the pain medication for those guys injured. There were some horrendous injuries. Was very useful. Pleasure drugs, and I think it could be dangerous. It would affect judgment. A lot of people were killed because they were doping off, literally doping off.
Okay, my last and final question is, who do you think provided those drugs?
Well, accessibility would be pretty easy. I mean, people could go taking them into theater, some to sell, make a little money. It's like prison. Most of the drugs that prisoners come up with in prison come from guards who come in with drugs, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Very sad, very sad, very sad.
All right, thank you for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Are you aware that soldiers were using drugs during the Vietnam War?
That what?
Soldiers were using drugs during the Vietnam War?
I heard about it, yes.
How many do you think soldiers used that?
Probably like as a percentage? Probably at least I'd say 50% would be a guess.
Why do you think they were using it?
Why were they using? I think it was to escape what they were seeing, what they were dealing with over there, as a means of being able to relax and kind of put their mind somewhere else and not have to concentrate or deal with the situation at hand.
How does it make you feel about them using it?
How does it make you feel about what?
Them using drugs.
Them using drugs? I think that time in that era, it was a little bit different, and they were put in some very intense situations, and we needed to watch out for them. I think they were using it as a coping mechanism because we didn't have the psychotherapy that we have these days to help people deal with like PTSD and stuff like that. So that was a way of dealing with it. I mean, I don't condone drug use, obviously, but I can understand why they were using drugs during that time. No problem.
Thanks, Santiago and Cesar. Well, that's about it for today's edition of Channel 17. I'm Jesse Cabrera, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hello, good morning. I'm Jesse Cabrera reporting from Channel 10. Did you know that 15% veteran... Ay, güey, ya. Tengo que mirarme chulo, güey. Para que a ver si me contratan, güey.